is the most, and I'll say lucrative in terms of the most viable industry right now in our times, and then from right now, 10 years from now, and then we can open that up to the panelists.
I'm gonna let somebody else start with that one.
I can start with that one actually. Well, I'll give you an example. You know, in my field, okay, I'm in the finance industry. Well, I was in the finance industry, and now I teach finance. So from my studies, I know that engineering is really big right now, and a lot of people may not even know environmental engineering, right? Because of everything from global warming to what's happening, you know, sustainability. That's a really hot field right now, and so I think that's important for us to know, but also we know that technology is moving us to places beyond what we've ever dreamed, and so I just wanted to know, in your fields, you know, what do you think is, you know, right now?
Healthcare is always going to be big, very lucrative. People are living longer. Different medications are being developed every single day. So that's going to be always a very lucrative field to be in. Cybersecurity, with the onset of technology, a lot of people have been doing things that are not correct. They're very corrupt, where they're hacking into systems, identity theft. So cybersecurity is going to be one of those areas that are that's going to grow and continue to grow. So those are areas. Education, but how education is being presented is going to be an interesting change. I think we're going to continuously, and I know there are going to be people who are going to vastly disagree with me on this one, but I think we're going to do a lot more transitioning from the traditional brick and mortar schools, because education is so expensive. And to keep those brick and mortar schools in business is costing an arm and a leg. Not everybody has $50,000, $60,000 a year to send their children to school. A lot of, even the state schools are at $24,000 a year. And as people become more affluent, that means less money is going to be available to assist you with your child going to school. So they're going to have to find different ways of presenting education. And in order to do that, technology is going to play a very big role, where you may have an instructor who's located in England, but they're going to be able to project into the classroom through a hologram and teach students, or project into your home to interact with you. So I think those are going to be some of the creative things that we see in education, because education is the field that I'm in. And so it's always going to be a job out there in the education field, because people are going to be learning, but how we deliver the information, how we deliver that content is going to change. And I get excited when I think about some of the changes that we're going to see in the education profession, some of the changes that we're going to see in healthcare. There was a commercial on for a health system in New Jersey, and it's kind of scary because they talk about putting a chip in you to monitor what's going on in your body and to help your body heal itself. Wow, that's something straight off of Star Trek, you know, the next generation, you know, but they're doing that, and that's good and it's bad, because we're not, you know, people can use things for either good or for evil, and we hope that the morals of society make a change when we're doing things for the good of people. So I think those are the areas that are going to be kind of interesting going forward, and where we're going to see room for growth and occupations. And of course, the financial services industry is always going to need people. And finally, we're always going to need morticians, because, you know, we are going to have people who are going to transition from this life to the next. So it'll be interesting to see how that field develops also.
Karen, did you want to add to that?
Thank you. I'm so glad that you mentioned about the online learning, because that's actually my passion and what I'm working on. Really, when you think of me, I mean, slippers, having coconut water on the beach, and somebody's logging in somewhere around the world. They're learning from some module, learning module, and at their own pace and at a cost that's, least, it's affordable to them. And I really believe that if you begin to, what's going to really make you money, like Pastor Asma said today, and funny, I have to tell you, Pastor Asma, Princess Elena said, why is his expectation so low? He said 70%. He should have 90% of us in our own business. And I really believe if we move into that, because each one of us, we have a story. And right now, social media and technology allows us to really tell it. Sometimes, I was smiling with Dr. Lily now, I grew up, they said, when our Brother Prince was talking about don't let them influence you, I kind of now have an understanding of what family was saying when they say, you're talking a little bit too much because I've got a couple talkers in my house, but I really kind of hid what I wanted to say because so many times people saw that as something they didn't want to hear. So it took a long time to get to where I'd like to be. But if you get in that industry of first finding self and then being of service, when you are of service to someone, you're going to be paid in direct proportion for how you're impacting their lives. And just like you would pay a doctor any amount of money if they can cure you, people will pay for that. But just to give you a little example of the power of telling your story or getting into your own business and really harnessing technology, just think, if you put a book on Kindle for $2.99, sell the book, $2.99. There are like more than 1 billion persons in the world today. You only want 100 of them to buy your book for $2.99. If 100 persons bought your book for $2.99 every day for 1 year, that's $107,000. And, well, actually, when you take the percentages off from Kindle, 109,135. What do you do for 365 days just to get to half of that? Think about it. But you're not only freeing yourself, but you're telling your story, and somebody in Timbuktu can go on the internet, get that story, they be transformed, and you're being paid, and you're living freely. So I really think that the industry that harnesses technology, the industry that allows me, sometimes like these forums, when I'm sitting down, a lot of the conferences, a lot of the learning, like Dr. Lily said, you have to keep learning. A lot of times I just put my phone on mute because I'm making dinner. I'm able to participate in teleconferences and that sort of thing and still be available to my family. And I think that if we really look at what am I doing right now? Can I take the technology and put this out there? I mean, if you guys can master making a jollof on YouTube, people will go there. They will watch your video. There's a way that you can monetize whatever you're
how to make jollof. YouTube. It's true.
That's so interesting. That's so beautiful. As we are sitting in this room, how many of you sitting here knows someone in the medical field? Only 3. In the medical field. You know anyone in the medical field? Yes. Please, give them some love. Give them some love for me when you see them. When next you see them, give them some love. Because I'll tell you this, that to me, I like to put my mouth where my money is. It's just my way. I'm in entertainment. I'm in fashion. I'm in health. There's a reason for that. Forget about legal backing. There's a reason for that. But no matter how we look at it, the medical field is a field that cannot be eradicated. As far as we live, we will continue to improve. Whether in stem cell, whether in nutrition, or whether in age, or what have you. The medical field, the health industry is always going to be there. But guess what? Somebody can be in the medical field and be obsolete. you're in medical field and you sit at a position believing that you are comfortable. You know what's going on in the industry now? When you're there for a certain amount of years, they're trying to get rid of you. Why? Because some other fresh cat out of school, 3 people will do 3 different jobs for half your pay. So in order for you to advance, maintain who you are, accomplish your goal, you need to continue to educate yourself. Advancement. Just like Dr. Lillian told us earlier, you don't have to go back to school. There are a lot of things that you can do on your computer. You know, do that for yourself. You're not doing anyone a favor, you're doing yourself a favor. Why? You will be up to date in the market, in the industry. Because anywhere that you're not relevant, you're not needed. If you can't make an impact, you're not needed. If you can't contribute to my success, I don't want you. So in order for me to want you, you have to have something in you that make me want you. In order for me to go to this industry, there has to be something that I wanted out of me. There's something that I'm looking at for me to go into that industry. Okay, so think about it. How can I make an impact? How can I be different? We could learn from the Honorable Zuckerman, taking over the world right now. And I know that most of us have that in us. We can do the same thing. I'm not saying go duplicate Facebook. I'm not saying that. But I do know there's something in every one of us that will take us to that destination that we want to go. So, but it's only you that can find yourself, and it's only you that can channel yourself with a directive and submission to God. A lot of nonsense will come your way. You brush it. You listen, but brush it. Listen, brush it. Why? It will help you on your part. Technology is an area that you cannot overlook. There is nothing wrong about being in 2-3 different industries. The world we live today, you have to multitask. If you're sleeping and you're not making money, you haven't found yourself yet. If you're sleeping and you're making money, yes, you just find yourself. But if you're sleeping and there is no income, you're not yet finding yourself. You better be sleeping and something is coming in. I don't care what it is, whether it's 20 cents, whether it's 10 cents, it will add up. But remember that while you are sleeping, something is coming into your bank account. What you need to know first in life is never be afraid to take on challenges. Never be afraid to take on challenges. Not taking on challenges make you a failure. A failure is a part of success. Because if you don't fail, you don't know how it is. At least you tried. Compared to somebody who wouldn't even attempt it. What can he say about it? I was running a business that I was losing about $40,000 on a monthly basis. And I did that for 2 good years. Did the business fail? Yes. It failed. Was it my fault? Maybe in part, maybe not. But majority of it is the economy. Do I have a control over it? No. But my part, where I failed in my business, is my lack of time and communication with my maker that actually blessed me with a business. So I got a business and it got so much into my head that I don't pay attention. I just continue to record loss. Always remember, if you're a Christian, and I believe we all are, put your God first. He never lost a battle. It might tarry, but he will come true. Never be afraid to take on responsibility and challenges. You're gonna fail to succeed. I don't know any millionaire on the planet that does not have a story about a failure or success. Have it in your mind that failure is part of success for you because it defines who you are. Thank you.